Is PPT visible? Anybody will respond? So is it visible? Anybody will respond, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the last module, module 5. This relates to IoT physical devices and endpoints. So here we discuss Arduino Uno and Raspberry Pi boards, and also the smart and connected cities example. So let us go through this. And regarding your test for the internals, so you'll be having module 4 and module 5. Okay, so please inform to everyone. So module 4 and module 5 are the syllabus for the test. Okay, so coming to the introduction part. So the Arduino Uno with respect to introduction. So it is a basic single board microcontroller designed to make applications, interactive controls and or environmental easily adaptive. So in the previous semester or previous year, so we have gone through the hands-on experience for the 2-day workshop which we arranged in March with respect to the introduction and also basic programming so given by Loginware Private Solutions. So we had in fact conducted the workshop, right? So there we have gone through so how to execute programs using the Raspberry Pi board, right? So therefore, I think you will find it easy with respect to this particular module. So the hardware consists of board designed around an 8-bit microcontroller or a 32-bit ARM. So please note important points. So current models feature things like USB interface, analog inputs, and GPIO pins, the general input-output pins, which allow the user to attach additional boards. So it was introduced in the year 2005, the Arduino platform, and it was designed to provide a cheaper way for students and professionals to create applications that play in the human interface world using sensors, actuators, motors, and other rudimentary products. So nowadays, many of the projects using the IoT mixes of these particular boards, either Arduino or Raspberry Pi. So they make use of simple sensors. So as we have seen, we have made a discussion on various types of sensors. So sensors are available at very cheap rates. So costing around something like 8 to 10 rupees to 80 rupees, or even they cost even around. I mean, even they are very expensive sensors also, right? So you can connect them and try to implement many applications, basic applications like even health monitoring system, weather forecasting system. So all those implementations could be done there. Okay. So it offers a simple integrated IDE, that is integrated development environment, that runs on regular personal computers and allows users to write programs for Arduino using C or C++. So the basic programming, C or C++ can be made use of for writing programs for Arduino. Okay. So which Arduino could be used? So that is the next level. That is the next discussion. So we have the entry level, so which is easy to use and ready to create the first creative projects. So these boards and modules are the best to start learning and tinkering with electronic and coding. So you may also have enhanced features likely to experience the excitement of more complex projects with advanced functionalities and faster performances. So and even with respect to Internet of Things, which may connect a device easily with IoT and the World Wide Web. And also so in the area of wearable, where you add smartness to projects and saving the power of electronics directly to textiles. So in this Arduino Uno, it is a microcontroller board based on ATmega328P. So that is the name given here. So it has 14 digital input-output pins, of which 6 can be used as PWM outputs. We'll go through this in detail. So and also six analog inputs and a 16 megahertz quartz crystal, a USB connection, a power jack, an ICPSP header, and a reset button. Okay, so we'll see the board actually, and you can connect it to a computer with USB cable or power it with the AC to DC adapter or battery, and to get started there. So coming to the Arduino Mega 2560. So it is a microcontroller board based on AT Mega 2560. So the name given to it. It has a 54 digital input output pins, of which so out of 54 digital input output pins, 15 pins can be used as PWM outputs and 16 analog inputs, and so 4 hardware serial ports and 16 megahertz crystal oscillator, a USB connection, a power jack, and a header and a reset button. And it is also recommended board for 3D printers and robotics project. So coming to the Arduino Micro, it's a microcontroller board based on AT Mega 32U4, featuring built-in USB, which makes the Micro recognizable as a mouse or keyboard. And it has 20 digital input-output pins and 16 megahertz crystal oscillator, a micro USB connection, ICSP header, and a reset button. So you need to remember the configuration there. So next comes the Arduino MKR 1000. So it is based on ATMEL ATSAM W25 ARM SoC. SoC means system on chip. So that is a part of Smart Connect family of ATMEL wireless devices, specifically designed for IoT projects and devices. And also it is composed of 3 main blocks. So first one is SAM D21 Cortex M0 plus 32-bit low power ARM. Then you have the WNC 1500 low power, so which is of 2.4 gigahertz IEEE. So it's a processor 2.4 gigahertz processor. So at 802.11b/g/n Wi-Fi. So we have gone through this IEEE 802.11 standard. So which may be either the variations b/g/n, but it is Wi-Fi, and which makes use of so ECC 508 crypto authentication, and also consisting of an antenna. So this is the given board here, the diagram of the board. So different components are specified here. So at the leftmost top end, you have the reset button. Then you have the jack, the power jack. So these right top bottom is place a power pins. The analog input pins at the rightmost top corner bottom. So this is the black rectangular box represents the microcontroller and the power LED, of course. Okay. Okay. So here the pins are also specified. So here, if you are not able to see, I'll just zoom it. So this is the microcontroller as specified, and so DC power jack, 16 megahertz crystal. So given is the AC power port, USB port, and they have the USB controller, reset button. So on the left hand side, if you observe, so you have the reset input and 2 ground buttons. So the analog pin, is it visible? Still I need to zoom it. I think it is visible now. So A0 to A5 are the analog pins. So as specified on the board. Okay, on the right hand side. So look at the configuration. So 0 through 7 and 8 through 13. So digital pins. And they have the ground button, serial clock, serial data, and other pins. Okay. So we'll move on to next slide. So I'll try to explain that board. So as we have seen, we have digital pins which are on numbers 14 on the UNO, and so they can be used as so input or output. So these 14 pins can be configured, so both as input and output. So we have 6 analog inputs. So just now we have seen labeled A0 through A5. So each of which provides 10 bits of resolution. Okay, so that is 2 power 10, it is 1024 different values. So then serial, that is pin 0 and pin 1. So receiver and transmission. So they're used to receive and transmit so TTL serial data. So these pins are connected to corresponding pins of 80 mega 8U2. So USB to TTL serial chip. So then you have the external inputs, pin 2 and pin 3. So these pins can be configured to trigger an interrupt on the low value and rising or falling edge of a change in value. So you have the signal. So on the rising or on the lowering or falling edge of the signal. So and at last, so with respect to PWM, so 3, 5, 6, 9, and 10 and 11, so they provide 8-bit output. So SPI refers to serial peripheral interface. So specifically, so pin 10, pin 11, and pin 12, and even 13. So they support so serial peripheral interface. So communication using the SPI library. So the LED, that is 13 pin, it is a built-in LED driven by digital pin 13. So when the pin is high value, the LED is on. When the pin is low, it is off. So then you have TWI, that is 2-wire interface, A41 SCA pin and A41 SLC pin. So they support TWI communication using the wire library. So reset button, bring the line low to reset the microcontroller. So in case you need to reset the microcontroller, you can press reset. So that is typically used to add a reset button to shields which block one on the board. Then you have AREF, analog reference voltage for the analog inputs. So what are the things that Arduino can carry out? So here is a list that has been listed out. So it aids in controlling an LED. It can display a message like LED display. Then so it can control DC or servo motor. Then it can read data from the outside world. It has a motion sensor and it can detect movement. It has a light sensor. So it can measure quantity of light in the outside world. Then it has a humidity and temperature sensor. And it has an ultrasonic sensor distance to an object through sonar. So then it has the shields, an extension of Arduino that expands the functionalities of Arduino. Okay. So also with so built-in tiny weather display system, as I told you, you can build so IoT applications, very small applications to complex applications like so monitoring and health monitoring system for patients. So building a weather monitoring system. Then you can build a system for muting any phrase you want on a TV. Then build an ambient sensor for your LCD display. Then you can build a fingerprint scanner to your garage door opener. Then also build a robotic arm. So like this, you can so try out with so many different types of applications using this particular board. Okay. So next section is how to install this Arduino software that is specifically called as Arduino IDE. So the Arduino software that is IDE allows you to write programs and upload them to the board. In the Arduino software page, you will find two options. Online IDE, that is Arduino Web Editor. It will allow to save sketches in the cloud having them available from any device and backed up. And even in offline, we should use the latest version on the desktop IDE. So next section is how to install the Arduino desktop IDE according to the operating system. So it may be on Windows, Mac OS X, Linux, portable IDE. So choose board in the list here on the right to learn how to get started with it and how to use it on the desktop IDE. So next is connecting Arduino Uno learning board. So if you want to program your Arduino Uno while offline, you need to install the Arduino desktop IDE. So you want to perform on offline, so you have to install this Arduino desktop IDE. So what you have to do is you have to connect your Uno board with an AB USB cable, and sometimes this cable is called as USB printer cable. So if you use this installer, so Windows from XP up to 10. So these are the versions, Windows XP up to 10, Windows 10. So we'll install drivers automatically as soon as you connect your board. So here you see here. So you'll need to select the entry in the tools so board menu that corresponds to Arduino or G9 board. So here board Arduino or G9 Uno you can select, and so Arduino G9 Uno, so that it needs to be selected. So select the serial device of the board from the tools, serial port menus. So this is likely to be COM3 or higher, COM1 or COM2, and usually reserved for hardware serial ports. So to find out, you can disconnect your board and reopen the menu. The entry that disappears should be Arduino or Uno board. Okay. So and reconnect the board and select that serial port. So once you do this here as specified, so the port should be selected, and you have to select so COM6. Okay. So then you need to open your first sketch. That is open the LED blink example sketch. So that is in file examples. So then Xeron basics, then blink. Okay. So that is listed down this drop down menu as specified. So then you can upload your program. So that is simply click on the upload button in the environment. So wait for a few seconds, and you will see RX and TX LEDs. That is a receiver and transmission LEDs on the board flashing. So if the upload is successful, so the message done uploading will appear in the status bar. So a few seconds after the upload finishes, you should see the pin 13. That is the LED pin on. The board starts to blink, and it will be in orange in color. Okay. So that is just specified here. So this is a small program given here. So how do you actually do it? So in what setup, you can put your setup code here to run it once. And in the loop, you can put the main code here to run it repeatedly. So and these are the open and save options. Okay. So and you have certain options here. So for new, so this is used to open new text editor window to write your code, and open used for opening the existing written code, so that you are already written and saved. Open recent says the option reserved for opening recently closed program. So all these are so generalized, having generalized meaning. You have the sketchbook. It shows the list of codes you have written for your project. Then you have examples. So default examples already stored in the IDE software. So some examples have already been pre-written and pre-included. So to refer to those examples, you can go through them. So then you have close, used for closing the main screen window of the recent tab. If two tabs are open, it will ask you again as you aim to close the second tab. So then save. It is used for saving the recent program. So then you have save as. It will allow you to save the reset program in your desired folder. So then you have page setup. So page setup is used for modifying the page with portrait and landscape options. So some default page options are already given, from which you can select the page you intend to work on. So print is used for printing purpose and will send the command to the printer. So then you have preferences. So it is a page with number of preferences you aim to set up for your text editor page. Then you have quit. So then it will quit the whole software at once. Okay. So coming to technical specifications. So the microcontroller is 80 mega 328p and operating voltage is 5 volts. Input voltage recommended 7 to 12 volts. Then you have the limit on input voltage is 6 to 20 volts. So the digital I/O pins. So just now we are referred, you have 14, of which 6 pin provide the PWM output. So you have the PWM digital I/O pins, which are number 6, then analog input pin 6. So DC current per input output pin is 20 milliamperes. So likewise for DC current 3.3 volt, it is 50. Flash memory is 32 KB. The SRAM is 2 KB. So then EEPROM, electronically erasable programmable read-only memory, it is 1 KB. So clock speed is 16 megahertz. LED bulletin 13, length 16.6 millimeter, width 53.4. So weight is 25 kgs. Okay. So then comes fundamentals of Arduino programming. So as specified, you can make use of the languages C and C++. The Arduino IDE supplies a software library from the wiring project, which provides many common inputs and output procedures. So then you have user written code only requires 2 basic functions. So one is for starting the sketch and the main program loop, and they are executable and they are compiled and linked with the program stub main into executable cyclic execute program. So with the GNU toolchain, and they are also included in the IDE distribution. So to define a sketch, it is a program written with Arduino IDE. So sketches are saved on development computer as text files with the file extension .ino. The extension is .ino. So that is Arduino. The last 3 letters are taken .ino. Arduino software, so that is IDE pre 1.0 saved sketches with an extension .pde. So the main Arduino C or C++ program consists of only 2 functions, setup and loop. So if you call setup function, so this function is called once when a sketch starts after power up or reset. It is used to initiate variables, input and output pin modes, and other libraries needed in the sketch. And so for loop, after setup function exits, so the loop function is executed repeatedly in the main program. It controls the board until the board is powered off or reset. So next I have the blink example. So most Arduino boards contain light emitting diode, that is LED, and a current limiting resistor connected between pin 13 and ground, which is convenient feature for many tests and program functions. So this is a very specific typical program like Hello World. So is blink, which repeatedly blinks on the board LED integrated into Arduino board. So the Hello World program, which everybody does it as the very first program. So this program uses the functions pin mode, digital write and delay, which are provided by the internal libraries included in the IDE environment. So coming to the fundamentals of Arduino programming. So please make a note of these functions. Okay, have you noted down? So coming to structure, the structure of Arduino programming contains of two parts as given below. So void setup and void loop. So just now we have gone through this setup and loop. So it prepares functions used to declare variables. And you can also give first function that runs only one in the program. And you can followed by statements. Right? So that is used to set pins for serial communication. So we look at a few examples. So for loop, so execution block where instructions are executed repeatedly, and this core of the Arduino programming, and you can set up any functions there. So functionalities involve reading inputs, triggering output, etc. So next you have setup. You can specify the pin mode, pin and the input. So then for loop, so as you observe, after calling setup loop function, it is going to do a particular task. Like so digital write, you can specify pin high, it sets pin on, and you can set up a delay of like something like so 10,000. So this is going to pause for 10,000 milliseconds. Okay. So similarly for digital write, you should lower the pin. Then once again, you can provide delay. And so functions like it is a piece of code or you have defined a function, right? So you can once again redefine it once again. It's a piece of code that has name and a set of statements executed. So when function is called, functions are declared by its type followed with the name and the name of a function. Like syntax you have. So function name, you can provide a function name and follow it up with parameters. So one example is specified like so delay variable. You can so define a variable called as where and so analog read some potent is given. It is potentiometer. So variable is some temporary variable that you have defined. And so here variable you are dividing it by 4 because you are going to convert the value of variable and you can return that variable. So the curly braces, the flower brackets. So it is a multi-line comment which begins with slash star and ends with star slash. Then semicolons. These are the general understanding which we had double line slash comments. So those are things we understand. So all of you please enter your attendance.